Welcome back to The Read. We are here for your collective read today. And if you had a good day, we are coming in the wee hours of the night. And so I hope that assists us in having a really good read today. Hierophant. Ooh, okay. Interesting. We'll take it. Ooh, wee. That was a funny one. You're coming out as a Hierophant, number 5, and then you have a progression at number 6 with the 6 of Wands. I think that was a 10 of Swords. I think that was a Chariot. Okay, Page of Swords. Let's just finish out this shuffle. Look at the ones that popped out. It was a Chariot. Oh, it was a 9 of Swords. That's what it was. We'll put these at the bottom. Cut the deck. See what's at the top. Ace of Pentacles with the 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords at the bottom. So the Hierophant suggests that you are in a very spiritual mood. I'm in a very spiritual mood. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm in a very spiritual mood. I went and saw the Odyssey. Excellent movie. Excellent movie. Oscar worthy. And it makes me want to go back and read the Odyssey. Let's just do some fun stuff. Tell me when to stop. Okay. I'm going to read the first sentences of each of these paragraphs. All day they feast, all day the bowls flow round. 9 prosperous days we piled the laboring ore. Say whence ye gods contending nations strive. Meanwhile our vessels plow the liquid plain. I know a lot of us read this while we were in high school, or this was required reading, and the movie just makes me want to go and read it again because, man, there were so many layers. Just like our spirituality, there are so many layers. What did it say? 9 days we plowed. They were in the midst of the feast. Oh, when I tell you, it's an excellent movie. If you haven't gotten to see it, I would highly suggest you go out and see it. Let's see what that was. That was a 2 of Pentacles. So anyways, with the Hierophant, number 5, you are in a very spiritual mood, my friends. You are thinking about all of the things of the higher realms. You are thinking about the spirit realm. You are thinking about the larger questions of life. What is purpose? What are the things that this life is for? You may be digging back into a spiritual practice that you haven't dug into for a long time, and you might be rediscovering it in a way that, like, the first time you encountered it, it was very dogmatic, it was very institutionalized, and you might be revisiting this in a way where it is defined by you. You may also be curious of other spiritual practices and spiritual traditions, religious traditions. And something is saying that you have a hybrid. I'm going to use a quote from something that I watched the other day. And if you know the quote, you know the quote. A smoothie religion. If you haven't watched, oof, how do we start the journey off with the world? That's wild. How do we, so that means that we're going into a new journey if we, oh my gosh, didn't I just say that means we're going into a new journey? If we start with the world, oh my gosh, and let's just see. Yep, with the 8 of Wands. Oh my word. Sometimes like I just be surprised at what, like I don't always know what's going to come out, right? I'm not saying that. I'm certainly not saying that. But there are clues to what's going to come out. And when those clues come out, especially as you're saying it, it just blows your mind. The world of tarot is... Somebody asked me to explain tarot to them. I'm like, honey, I can't. I can't. It is in the realm of beyond man. Oh, but I love these things. I love these things. I love these things. But don't get it twisted, honey. Don't get it twisted. You got a couple things going on. 8 of Swords and 5 of Wands with the 6 of Cups at the bottom. Okay, so the Hierophant suggests all the things that I just already said. I'm not going to repeat it. If you need me to repeat it, just do on YouTube. Go and hit the reverse button. Okay, so the Page of Swords and the 6 of Wands. Page of Swords, 6 of Wands. So 5, 6, 3, 8, 0. 5, 8, 6, 8, 3, 0. The way that I got 3 is because the World card is 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay. Now that that is out of the way, you also have Master number 11 and Master and you have another 3 because you have the 12 with the Knight of Cups. Anyways, Anyways, the numerology of it all. Some of those numbers might be significant to you. If they are, woohoo. The 6 of Wands and the Page of Swords. There is some type of victory. Obviously, there's a victory because you have the World card out here. There's a victory in your spirituality. How does that work? There's a victory tied into your spirituality. I think the deeper you get into your spiritual practices, the more you understand. I think the more you build a foundation with your spiritual practices, the more victory you have. Now, the Chariot and the Hierophant out together is a very interesting combination because the Chariot is action, success, movement forward, so on and so forth. Also being split between the conscious and the unconscious, with the waxing and waning crescent moon on his shoulders, stars filling the tapestry of his covering of the chariot, with the wand, some type of hieroglyphic on his skirt. With this foundation, I think the foundation it's asking you to set is a spiritual one. I think the foundation that is asking to be set is a spiritual one. It is, I always say this when the Hierophant comes out. It is not enough just to say that you're spiritual. It's not enough just to say, I got the rocks, I got the tarot, I got the Palo Santo. Should I light it? I'm gonna find a better way to light it. Um, it's not enough just to say that you're spiritual. You actually have to have spiritual practices, spiritual rituals, spiritual traditions. Oh man. That was intense on my finger. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's see. No. Okay. It's not enough just to say that we're spiritual. It's not enough just to like Palo Santo. It's not enough just to read tarot. What are you doing that really is connecting you? Are you taking time to read the books? Are you taking time to stay in prayer? Are you taking the time to stay in meditation? Whatever, I don't know what you practice, but are you practicing? Are you practicing, my dear? That's the question. Are you practicing? Do you have a routine? Do you have a regimen? Do you have a ritual? I don't know any other synonyms for those words. Look at that. I kind of want to just place it right here on the Chariot because I think we have enough out here to have a really good discussion. So, with this energy, with you coming out as a Hierophant, and the energy supporting, there is going to be a language that you develop. There's going to be a language that you develop. That language that you develop is going to be one of the cosmos. You're very victorious in it. Or if there's a victory that you need to whoa. Do you hear that? The absolute silence. That was great. Like, I've never heard a silence like that before. I'm taking my book and I want to look at the Page of Swords real quick. Authority, overseeing, vigilance, examination. That's beautiful. So maybe, especially the examination is sticking out to me at this time. Maybe you're examining these other religious beliefs, these other spiritual practices, and examining, for one, what are they? Two, how do they fit? Can they fit? Will they fit? And I think that's what you're learning with the Page of Swords. You also have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands, I think that you are successful in this learning journey, in this examination, if you will. Very successful. And you also have a progression. You have the 5 with the Hierophant, the 6 of Wands, and the 7 with the Chariot. 5, 6, 7. Love that. I always love when we have a progression. The World card suggests, again, at the beginning I asked, how can you start the journey off with ending it. That's the World card. Oh my gosh, she's naked. Sometimes I get it and sometimes I don't. So, bear with me. Oh, that is beautiful like that. I love that. Oh, man. I really do love the moon on her like that. Yeah, I guess you're coming to an end of some type of journey. If we're thinking about you in the Hierophant position, we might be thinking of you ending the journey of your traditional spirituality and religious practices into this new discovery of what it might look like for you. I just wish Palo Santo stayed lit longer. Does anybody else wish that? I wish that. There might be some fear and anxiety, especially if you're coming from a super traditional religious tradition. If you're coming from Catholicism, if you're coming from Christianity, if you're coming from Judaism, if you're coming from Islam, now that's going to be lit. That's going to be lit for some time in it. We're going to let it light its way all the way till it's happy. So there might be some fear in leaving it. You have the 8. Oh my gosh, 5, 6, 7, 8. Love that. 5, 6, 7, 8. There might be some fears in what you're embarking on. You're afraid of what people might think. I think more than afraid of what people might think, I think you're afraid of what you think. Ooh, I can't stop staring at this flame. I think you're afraid of what you think. I think you're afraid that you have been in this particular religious tradition for so long. You don't know what life looks like outside of it. I don't see a lot of other energies outside. Maybe with the Knight of Cups, this might be somebody outside. But there's a little bit of fear. And then, look, you go from the World straight back to 0. This is the first card of the Major Arcana. This is the last card of the Major Arcana. This is the 5th card of the Major Arcana. This is the 7th card of the Major Arcana. But let's look. Remember, this line right here, this last line, is the journey. You start off with the ending of the journey and you end up starting up a new journey. What is going on? This just means that there's an infinite amount of possibilities, options, opportunities that's going to be made available to you, especially when you get over this fear of being perceived, because the fears are perceived. But I think you get rid of this fear of being perceived. I think you get rid of this fear of what people might think. And I think also you get rid of this fear of what you think. Especially with the Hierophant on the top, there can be traces of dogma, of institutionalism, of those types of things represented with the Hierophant. And when you have those things present in your life and you decide to leave it, you've ended the journey in traditional spirituality. There can be some fear when you're deconstructing. What does deconstruction look like other than fear? Oh, the 6 of Cups. It also, let me show you what else it looks like, because we have a couple cards that fell down. Remember, I asked the question, what does deconstruction look like? What does leaving look like? Look at the cards that you have. You have the Ten of Wands and the Sun. So there's still going to be a focus on giving and charity work. There's still going to be a focus on that. And I think that's excellent. Remember, giving and charitable action doesn't also always mean that you have to give your money. You can give your time, you can give your effort, you can give your talent, as well as your money. And that's what the Six of Pentacles reminds us. But the Ten of Wands, deconstruction, is going to be asking you to go to that last mile. Keep on going. But if you keep your face to the sun, you make it to the end. Look, it almost looks, when I say face to the sun, this is what I mean. Look at this. The background is yellow in the full card. The sun is shining. The white sun is shining behind him. But this sun is shining towards his face. This is literally what I mean by, yeah, let's just cleanse these out a little bit. This is what I mean by keeping your face to the sun. The sun card and the fool card. Knight of Cups suggests that there might be some energy around you that is, duplicitous. That is not a word I came up with myself. I just want to be honest. I was looking at my guidebook because I've never gotten the Knight of Cups in reverse. Duplicitous. Ooh, I love that word. It's not such a good word, but it's not a good word if you have somebody who is being duplicitous around you. So duplicity, swindling, trickery, fraud. You might have somebody around you that might be displaying those qualities. And honestly, if we're talking about the Hierophant, sometimes traditional religion can be that duplicitous, trickery, fraudulent, swindling. It could be traditional religion if we are being quite honest. Again, I just watched the Odyssey, so I'm in a type of mood right now. So don't hold it against me. But people will do a lot of crazy things for their God. They will. Whatever God it is that they serve, they will do some crazy things by what they think their God has told them to do. So I think, oh, look at this, Ace of Cups. Let's see if we get anything else. I think with the Ace of Cups, you're going to have this opportunity for a new emotional well-being as you go through this new spiritual journey. Remember, we did go through the death, transformation, and judgment at the bottom, Three of Pentacles at the top. We did go through the death, transformation, death, void, transformation energy. And I think that this is part of it. I definitely think this is part of it. We're just going to let the ashes fall where they may. Oh my gosh, like, can somebody make Palo Santo that burns and smolders for more than 5 minutes. If you guys have any suggestions, if you guys have sourced Palo Santo from a place that meets those requirements, please let me know. Because I'm so tired. I got this Palo from a farmer's market. And, I mean, love a farmer's market, but come on. There we go. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. With the Ace of Cups, it suggests that you find a new emotional well-being in this journey. And I love that for you. I truly do. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Fool, you have the Sun, you have the World. So you have endings and new beginnings with the Sun supporting you. Again, you are coming out as a Hierophant. Let's see if we get one more card. Honestly, we don't need one more card. We really don't need one more card. But guess what? We're going to pull for one more card. We're going to pull for one more card because, like, I get the point. But what's the point? Oh, how about we ask that? What is the point of this new spiritual journey? Okay, for you to get comfortable. For you to get comfortable with yourself. Oh, with the Tower card that fell out. For you to get comfortable with yourself. Wow. And then we've completed. Now we have 5. We have 6. We have 7. We have 8. We have 9 with the Hermit. And we have 10 with the 10 of Wands. There is a caution that you develop. And it's so funny. I love when the Hermit and the Fool come out together as one. Because they are literally the same person. Do you see that? How the one are both facing the same direction. And it seems as if the Fool walks into being the Hermit. And look at the age progression. Very young, very old. Very naive, very wise. So I think that's what it is. This is the progression. This is what the purpose of this all is for you to go from this newness with the Ace of Cups, to go from this newness with the Hierophant into a very, maybe you become a sage in your new spiritual tradition. Maybe you're the one that people end up coming to you as you continue to practice, as you continue to develop, as you continue to maintain the discipline within your spiritual and religious practices. You may even end up being the person that people come to you for spiritual and religious advice. That would be super cool, wouldn't it? And the reading suggests it because remember, you're going from the learning to the newness. Actually, let me rewind a little bit. You're going from the learning to the fear of it all, to the newness, Ace of Cups and the Fool, and learning how to sojourn by yourself, becoming The Hermit. The Hermit is not a bad place to be. I promise y'all, it really isn't. Let's cut the deck. I just want to look. King of Cups. Targeted action with the 8 of Wands. King of Cups. You remember the Ace of Cups we had right here? With the King of Cups at the top of the deck, you skip all the nonsense of the cups. You skip all that nonsense and you go straight to the King of Cups. Emotionally mature, emotionally stable. Wow. What a reading, y'all. This is amazing. Go ahead and give a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to finish out before the Paulo finishes on me. It was such a pleasure to be here with you guys. I hope this, again, brought peace, clarity, and guidance. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.